to Berlin. Talk to our correspondent, Nick Spicer, who joins us from there. Nick, I mean, this almost sounds like a spy novel, doesn't it? Just explain to us exactly what happened here.
It's an incredible story of smoke and mirrors and double lives. If it were a spy novel, I think it would start with a man calling himself David Benjamin showing up at a refugee center 2017 saying he's a fruit seller from Syria of Christian French-speaking descent. And that's why he doesn't speak good Arabic. He has darkened his face with his mother's makeup and darkened his beard. And the German authorities, during the big refugee crisis when around 1 million Syrians and Iraqis were allowed into the country, give him a stipend, they give him lodging, and they take his fingerprints. And then the next chapter in this story is the life of the accused, the lieutenant in the German army who has risen through the ranks, studied at Sandhurst, the command college in the United Kingdom, at Saint-Cyr in France, who is a golden boy of sorts, who raises some eyebrows when he writes a thesis about the great replacement, the danger of Western civilization, but the authorities turn a blind eye. And he's arrested in Austria while attending a dance, the waltz party of the Freedom Party, the far-right party in Austria, and it takes a gun out of hiding at the Vienna airport. He's fingerprinted again. The authorities do a match, and they go through all his phones, and they figure out that he has been planning, or appears to have been planning, some kind of attack on the justice minister of Germany at the time, as well as a leading member of parliament, because they go through his cell phone. They find all kinds of connections with other far-right groups. It really, really opens people's eyes here in Germany.
I mean, it is an incredible story, a very bizarre story. Why is it so important, though, Nick?
Well, for the reason, pardon me, that, I was just sort of evoking when they started going through his Telegram and, secret messaging apps, they realized that he was part of a broader network, including the KSK, which is the elite outside of Germany commando force that fights in Afghanistan, that has fought in Bosnia, leading to part of it being disbanded, to other parts of the German army, and ultimately causing the German interior minister to say that right-wing extremism was the major terror threat in Germany. Before, they had really downplayed it, so there's maybe 2 or 3 neo-Nazis in the armed forces, and they just came across this network because of the discoveries on his phone. And I think that's part of the sort of movement towards monitoring the far right. As you will recall, the second biggest party in parliament now, the leading opposition party, I should say, is the Alternative for Germany, the anti-immigration party. And it is now under watch by the Office to Protect the Constitution. So there's a part where, this case has actually raised consciousness of the problem of far-right extremism in Germany. The accused is suspected of having used the refugee crisis to turn public opinion against refugees and against immigration. He faces 10 years in jail, and the proceedings are expected to last well into August.
Nick, thanks very much. Nick Spicer, our correspondent, talking to us there from Berlin.